Here was Zach Duncan, head coach of Twin Cedars softball. Coach, you're a state champion. You just beat Southeast Warren 6-3 in the title game. Just talk about the emotions right now.
It hasn't sunk in yet. I mean, seeing all these people on this field, though, it's the culmination of a ton of work from everybody. The kids, obviously, and it's first and foremost all the work that they've put in, but all the time that parents have put in over the years, and then just all the hard work. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but it's crazy.
Let's talk about that game a little bit. Obviously, it started off with the run early. The leash was pretty short on Grace Bailey there, and then you sent her back in the seventh. Just talk about what the decision was to pull her, to bring in Allie, who had a stellar outing, and then to put Bailey back in at the end.
Yeah, we've done that some this year, where teams get on Grace a little bit, and mostly the teams that get on her are the ones that have seen her a lot. Southeast Warren's seen her multiple times over the years, and so they know kind of what to expect. And switching it up with Allie, who comes from the left side and also has, quite a few more, I shouldn't say quite a few, but she has just a different look to her and some different pitches. Just gives them a different look. It's something they can't get comfortable and get settled in on, and bringing Grace back in to close it out, I think, was kind of the right move there at the end, too. So we've done it some this year, and it was one of those nights where it needed to be done tonight.
Talk about Allie. I tweeted earlier she was quietly pitching a gem. It felt like, they would get a couple base runners on, but then she'd get out of it almost every time up until that sixth inning. Just talk about her effort tonight.
I'll tell you, man, she's tough. She's tough. Just a tough kid, tough player. And I knew I had confidence putting her in. She hasn't pitched since the Sigourney game in the regional final, so that's 2 weeks ago. She hasn't pitched in a game. So, but I didn't have even the slightest doubt to put her in just because she's tough. She's such a tough kid.
Talk about the defense. There were so many outstanding catches in the outfield. The 6-4-3 double play that they turned. Yep. I mean, it just felt like, especially even last night, the defense, or 2 nights ago, the defense was fantastic. Has that been a emphasis all year, or is that just kind of in the state tournament?
No, it's been an emphasis all year. We know with the pitching that we have, which is really solid, and they moved it around, that we're going to have to, balls are going to get put in play, we have to. So, it's a big focus of our practices is the defense. And, the outfield doesn't usually get as many balls as they got tonight. It's usually the infield that gets all the work because of the drop balls and everything like that. But the outfield made some spectacular catches. Ton of confidence in them all year too, but they have to make sure they're focused and in the game, and they definitely were tonight. They were ready to come through.
Talk about Jillian French. I mean, she had 4 RBI on the night, a home run early in the game, was just dynamite at the plate all night long. Just talk about her performance.
Yeah, she really settled in. You don't know how players are going to react when they get up here, and she's a sophomore. She doesn't get a lot of the publicity that some of the seniors do, or even like Riley Duncan as a junior, but she's been key to our offense this year. She's been in the 5th hole all year. And when we got up here, man, she was relaxed. She was ready to play. She was ready to have some fun, and it really came through in her plate appearances.
Talk about your seniors, obviously, Grace Bailey and others, just their contribution to this program and to go get that state tournament, that state championship.
That's hard for me to put into words. How would I feel about those seniors? I've been the head coach for 11 years, and I've had them for 5 of those 11 years, so that's a significant portion of my coaching life that I've spent with those kids. And I'm so happy for them. I've said it all week, but going out like this is a dream scenario. And, not every senior, obviously not a lot of seniors get to go out this way. And by golly, if they didn't send themselves out on a high note, so happy for them.
All right, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Here with Jillian French of Twin Cedars softball. Jillian, you're a state champion. Just tell me how it feels.
Amazing. I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we won.
Talk about that game and specifically your performance at the plate, that home run that you hit early in the game. You had another RBI double. You were by far the most prolific hitter in the lineup tonight. Just talk about what you were seeing.
Well, I was nervous at the first at bat. And then at the second at bat, I told myself, you can hit, you got this. And I just had confidence in myself the whole game and told myself, you can do it.
What was kind of the feeling throughout the night? I mean, obviously you guys took an early lead. You never gave it up, but Southeast Warren was putting a lot of base runners on. What was the mentality throughout the team to just keep hammering away?
110% effort. That's what we go by, and be the Sharks.
You obviously made the all-tournament team. Just talk about how that feels.
That feels amazing. Great, honestly. I can't believe it.
All right, thank you, Jillian. Congratulations. Here with Allie Mackenhob of Twin Cedars softball. Allie, you're a state champion. Just tell me how it feels.
It feels insane, What a way to go out. What a way to end my senior season. it's an unbelievable feeling.
Not only are you the state champion, you're on the state tournament, all-tournament team, and you're the winning pitcher in the state title game. Just talk about your resilience out there in the circle tonight. You obviously came in early in the game in relief of Grace, and then she came and relieved you again. But just talk about that whole game in the circle from your perspective.
You know, I just knew, I was like, I have a great defense behind me. I was like, I can pitch to these girls. They can put it in play because I don't have anything to worry about. My defense is going to have my back. And, you know, they did. And I just had to keep my nerves down. That way they could keep their nerves down. And overall, I mean, everybody came through for everybody. It was a great team win.
What was the conversation like there early in the game when you were going in, both with Coach and with Grace? Obviously, that was a pretty early switch. But then, obviously, you were able to go in and get a pretty stellar performance.
Yeah, you know, we knew that when we played them the last time, Grace had pitched the full game, and I think I pitched the last inning, but she had pitched against them already, and they had seen her plenty, and so we knew going into it that we were going to have to switch, and we all agreed. We were like, yep, it's time for me to go in, you know, and I was going to do what I can, and then she was going to be able to come back in if we needed it, and so it was a very mutual thing, and it was a great team pitching experience.
You were able to get out of a lot of jams in those middle innings. Southeast Warren was putting a lot of runners on, but they couldn't get any across against you. What was that like in the circle, just kind of, you know, powering through those innings where they had runners on?
You know, I just knew, I was like, I got to keep the ball down, got to keep it down, let them hit a ground ball, or let them swing at it and let them hit a fly ball. You know, I got to keep it where my infielders can get it. And my biggest thing was try not to walk very many, because you can't give them base runners, because if they do get a hit, you know, then they score runs. And that was my biggest goal, was don't give them any free bases and don't let them hit any home runs. Keep it where the fielders can get it.
Talk about those fielders a little bit, especially your outfielders. Keisha Reed and Kenzen Robinson just had some amazing catches all night long. Just talk about them.
Oh, man. I'm so proud of Keisha and Kenzen and Jetta, all three of them. I mean, they made some great plays. That one at the fence, I knew. I was like, for sure that one was out, and I was like, oh, no, I just gave up a home run. And you know what? Keisha went up, and she grabbed that, and that was an amazing play. And Kenzen with that great catch in the last inning, it was insane. And it was so good to see them, like, finally get some confidence and be like, yeah, we just did that. We did that for the team, you know. I was so happy for them. And Jetta made some great plays, and I mean, I don't even know how many catches they had, but they had a lot. I mean, they got a lot of outs for us. They really came through.
Talk about being a senior. This is your last high school softball game ever. You go out in the best possible way you could go out, but just talk about what it means to you, not only as a senior, but to get this state championship, the first ever for this program.
Yeah, you know, I feel like our whole career, I mean, they won one game the year before we came into 8th grade. And, you know, it was just something that we were like, we knew that we were going to be the team, we were going to be the class that was going to make a difference. And, you know, all these girls came up behind us, and our seasons kept progressing and kept getting better and better and better. And, you know, as we got up to our senior year, we were like, this is the year, you know, we're going to have our biggest year yet. And, I mean, it couldn't have went any better. What a way to go out. And I'm so glad that we're going to be remembered as the team that won the first state title for softball.
You'll definitely be remembered for that. Congratulations, Allie.
Thank you so much.
Here with Grace Bailey of Twin Cedars softball. Grace, you're a Class 1A state champion. Just tell me how it feels right now.
I mean, it's just indescribable. I don't know if it's really set in yet for all of us. It's so great.
You are the captain of the all-tournament team. Tell me how that feels.
It's so much fun. Like, just to be able to come out here and represent Twin Cedars is just the greatest thing.
Talk about that game a little bit. Obviously, you went out pretty early. It was a pretty short leash. Allie came in, and then you came back in to close out the 7th.
Yep.
First, talk about what was going on in the circle, and then the rest of the game as a whole.
I mean, we knew they were a really good hitting team. They were going to hit the ball. We had a plan going in. Me and Allie were just going to play it how it went. We were probably going to switch. We knew that. So, and then being able to come back in and finish. I mean, Allie did great in front of me, so it was just great.
Talk about the defense a little bit. There were some just outstanding catches in the outfield and the infield, that double play that you guys turned. Just talk about that.
Our defense has been on all week. We played so good. Our outfield really came through today. I felt like just being able to rely on my defense behind me is so much fun.
Talk about that 7th inning. Obviously, you were sent back out there. What was the conversation with Coach, and ultimately, how'd you feel going back out there?
I mean, I was confident. I was confident in my team. I knew we were up by 3 runs, so there wasn't a whole lot of pressure. We were just playing for outs.
And then finally, just talk about this as a senior, what it means not only to be a state champion, but to be the all-tournament team captain.
I mean, we've wanted this forever. We've been close to state the last couple of years, and just to finally get here and go all the way is just so great.
All right, thank you, Grace. Congratulations.
Thank you.